Hey guys, so for today's video, I decided to not necessarily do the typical voiceover, talking about differences and embracing differences. As you can see, I got a new hairdo and it's red. And the thing is, at first I was very scared about it because it was something different. It was something that I didn't necessarily like because it was so different. It was red. I usually do black or something that's just an okay color. But it made me think of the whole idea of being different, you know? And sometimes as I scroll through Instagram, I see pictures and posts of people looking like Kim Kardashian, having a small waist and a big butt, or I see people trying to be like Beyonce or trying to be like Zendaya. The thing is, we don't need to strive to be like Beyonce or like Kim Kardashian. Strive to be the best possible version of yourself, because in this world and in this society and in this life, it's never wrong to be you. Instead, let them inspire you to be more. Let them inspire you to be yourself. But the thing is, they are who they are because they stuck to their identities. They weren't afraid of just being themselves. So instead of trying to be like somebody else, why don't we try to be our genuine and authentic selves, you know? That is something that I always struggle with myself, because I constantly feel the need to compare myself to other people. And what really hurts me throughout that process is the fact that I always lowered myself because I didn't match what society believed to be perfect, ideal, or even normal. Normal to me is a word that is used to make people feel as though being themselves is wrong. When we tell someone to be normal or act normal, we are telling them to get rid of themselves, basically. What's the harm in just being different? We tell people or call people who don't seem to follow the same habits as we do different. We call them weird, we call them strange, and I find myself doing the same thing. It's a habit that us as humans have developed in order to categorize people, to put them in a certain place. Instead of saying someone is weird, why can't we just say they're unique? Instead of striving to be like the next top celebrity, strive to be the best possible version of yourself. In this world and in this life, the best people, the best characters are the best humans, are the best human beings, because they are the people who stuck to being themselves. Those that follow what they want to do, those are the type of people that follow what they want to do, not what society wants to do. Until this day, people are scared of taking risks. I'm scared of taking risks, especially when it comes down to the smallest things. Example, me making my hair red, and that is something that scared me, and I thought it looked horrible on me because of the fact that it was something different. I was scared of being different. I was scared of being unique. I was scared of being seen as weird, and that's the problem. So what if someone thinks your hair looks weird or funny or crazy or stupid? It's a matter of how you carry yourself with that hair. If you love it, then everybody else will have to learn to love it. And that's what I've told myself. Just like how I've learned to love it for me, everyone needs to learn to love it as well, because I will not change it for anyone. If they don't like it, then that's their problem. Everyone wants to be like Beyonce. Everyone wants to be like Drake. Everyone wants to be like Future, the rapper. But at the end of the day, why? Why do you have to be like them? Stop trying to be like everybody else. Chidera, you need to stop trying to be like other people and just be yourself. If your hair is red, rock the red. If your hair is green, rock the green. If your hair is blue, rock the blue. Stop trying to follow society's norms. Follow your own norm. Be your own kind of beautiful. Be your own kind of unique. Be your own kind of you. I want you all to know that, yes, I love doing makeup, and I love doing makeup, but that doesn't justify or dictate the person I am or what I'm going to become in the future. It's an outlet for me and something I love doing. It helps me express so many different feelings I may have, but on an artistic level. By no means does it stand for my insecurities or whatever people say about makeup and all these things. I don't strive to be like every other makeup artist. I just strive to be the best makeup artist for myself. Oftentimes I find myself comparing my makeup to other people's makeup on YouTube. The thing is, I don't want to be like them. I want to be myself. I want to be me. So I want everyone who's watching this video to please understand that I do go through my own battle with self-identity. We need to keep going, and we shouldn't compare ourselves to people we wish to be. This also comes down to the way in which we assume our body should look, the ways in which we believe someone's beautiful, you know? And with that develops this insecurity within someone's self that because your body doesn't look like that hourglass, that you're not beautiful. And that's where fear comes into play. We then become scared of how our bodies should look, that we soon to forget that not everybody looks the same. Not everybody will ever look the same. It's a matter of being the best possible version of yourself. And I keep saying that because that's the most important thing that you can do. We're all so caught up in the whole idea of living to just live. But the reality of it is we need to live because we want to. We're only granted one life, and I know it sounds cliche, but it's true. I know I speak for people who hurt, and I speak for some things that are true, and I speak for something that happens to a lot of other people, and it happens a lot to people, is that and what happens a lot to people is that we tend to and what happens to a lot and what happens to a lot of people, including myself, is that we tend to live in fear. And I'm not just talking because I'm perfect and all of this, but I go through my own self-identity crisis. But we need to keep in mind that we shouldn't compare ourselves. This also comes down to the ways in which we assume our bodies should look, the ways we believe that beautiful is, the ways we believe that every woman should have an hourglass figure. Every man should have the six pack. But at the same time, people who don't have six packs, people who aren't muscular, doesn't mean that they ugly. Doesn't mean that they're not handsome. Girls who don't have hourglass bodies doesn't mean that they're not beautiful. It doesn't mean that they're not this and that. It's what society has built and made known that that's what has to be classified as beautiful. Even when you scroll through Instagram, watch TV, see all these posts and all these things, we start to believe that that's how we should look and that's how everyone should look. And then we become scared of how our bodies look, and we become worried of how people think and see us because we assume that's how everyone should look, you know? And I think personally that when it comes to your body image, it's not something that you should do for somebody else or do because someone's judging you, but do it for yourself and be healthy for you and change your body for you. Don't do it because that's how you're supposed to look. Do it because you want to be healthy. I'm not a professional spokesperson. I'm not like a speech giver or whatever nonsense you call them. I don't even know if that makes sense. But I speak for something that matters. I speak for people who have been hurt. I speak for myself as well. And I just want people to hear me and understand that it's okay. You're fine. You're beautiful. You're unique. You're you. And I want people to be inspired by this. I want you to know that you are worthy. Stop being scared of being yourself. Stop being scared of being weird. Stop being scared of being different. And we need to stop categorizing people. I find myself doing the same thing, and I don't want that to be that. I don't want to categorize people. I don't want to put people under a label. And with me, I want to become a talk show host, and I know it takes a very unique individual to become one and to get there in life. But it's the fear that holds me back a lot. The fear of failing or even the fear of actually making it. But what I know is that God sent me out and put me out into this world, put me on this earth because he knew what I'm destined to become. He knows what I'm going to become. He knows who I am going to become. But it's my fear that holds me back a lot. And what I've realized is that I don't want to live for other people. I don't want to live for other people's happiness. I want to live for my happiness. I've always been the type of person to speak for issues that bothered me, to speak on behalf of other people who don't necessarily feel like they have a voice. So because I'm talking about this and talking about issues like this, and because I want to become a talk show host, God wants me to push myself. He wants me to take risks, and that's what we should all strive for. And the thing that I wonder is, can't we just live in a world where we embrace everybody's differences instead of living in a world where we all strive to be the same because we think that's a new trend or we think that's what's in? Please. We ain't doing that. We shouldn't do that. We should live in a world where we all embrace everybody's differences. Love you, do you, and be you. That's all you got to do. And I know people assume that being yourself is wrong, but you can be you. Don't worry about it. I want you guys to understand that being you is the only way you can actually get through things in life, because Once you know who you are, or once you have a good grasp of who you are and who you want to become, you can do so much more. And when people call you weird and place this label of being weird on you, tell them, shut up, hijats, because I'm me. So this word weird doesn't mean anything wrong. It just means that you're being yourself. It means that you're simply being you. You're being unique. And what I've also realized, especially when people compare themselves not just to other people, but to their friends, we always think that if we're not better than our friend next to us, that we're not good enough. And the thing is, you two are different people. You start to build this resentment towards someone else when they're working just as hard to get somewhere. And that's when we also need to stop comparing, because then it creates rivalries and we start to hate somebody else because we think that they're doing better than us and we're not there yet. It takes time to get somewhere. Be patient, be fearless, remain dangerous, and just be you, because there's so much more in life to a comparison to somebody else. We also then begin to build this fake identity because we're trying to fit in. And when we're trying to fit in, that's where that whole term of being fake and shady also can go into play, because we're trying to be someone we're not. Just be you and do you, and don't worry whether or not someone is making it. And if they're making it, support them. I want you guys to know that no one will believe in you if you don't have the power to believe in yourself. We all need to let go and let God in all we do. Remain blessed, humble, and most importantly, dangerous. Yours truly, Chadidb, or Chidera Bosa. Thanks for watching. Deuces, fam.